ברשות קהל הקדוש, everybody welcome, שברכה הצלחה, ניסים בן בכור בריס, מושב שהקדוש ברוך הוא חתונה לזיווג הגון, עד חודש אדר בעזרת השם יתברך. וגם תברך את יעקב בן אשר, thank you for sponsoring the שיעור, שברכה הצלחה, בריאות, the most important is רפואה שלמה, happiness, and בן זכר בעזרת השם. וגם תברך את הקריאו דניאל בן מיכאל, זיווג הגון, וכל and everybody, whoever is listening to the shiur, please don't forget to participate in shiur and spread the shiur. וגם לעילוי נשמת, אלף הבדלות בין מתים לחיים, לעילוי נשמת, רום הרחמים בן מזל הלוי. רוח השם תנחנו בגן עדן הוא וכל השוכבים עמו בכלל רחמים והסליחות וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. So we continue with Pirkei Avot. It says, כל המכבד את התורה, whoever respecting the Torah, גופו מכבד על הבריות. People respect him. What does it mean? Usually people, when we say somebody respecting the Torah, we don't see people that respecting תלמידי חכמים. או מחלל את כל התורה, או וכל המחלל את התורה, or somebody desecrated את התורה, גופו מחולל הבריות. And people would disrespect his physical body. What does it mean? So we'll continue with Pirkei Avot in chapter 4, Mishnah 6. Hagaon Rav Chaim Palaji says following בספר אינו כל חי in a page צו 96. פירוש על מה שאמרו במסכת קידושין. מסכת קידושין in page 31 says גבי כיבוד אב ואם. Chazal says respecting father and mother. We're saying in a very not broad, very in a way that is not, it's many halachot to it. It says respecting father and mother. What does it mean, respecting father and mother? Is a kibud malbisho min alav. Kibud, which is respecting father and mother, if they don't have clothes, you must give them the clothes. You must give them the shoes, the food, everything that needs to be for the parents. Gemara Shabbat, in Gemara in Shabbat in page 113 says, B'chdeu ma'aseh derachecha, v'chabdu b'aseh derachecha. He says you need to respect others the way we supposed to be respect. And a path, which is the path, kabdeu b'kasod yafot v'nakiya. Respecting parents, which just means clean dishes and clean utensils, or clean clothes. Parents need to have a clean clothes. כי הנה רבי יוחנן דקרא למענה מכובדי וכן מעט הפרש את התורה בפרדס שהוא כמו לבוש של התורה. Chazal says, what does this means? That you need to have beautiful clothes. Rabbi Yochanan knew the whole pardes Torah. Pardes, which means pshat remes, drash, sod. גופו מכובד על הבריות. And the people respect Rabbi Yochanan. כיוצא בזה פירוש רבנו אריזל. Arizal says בספר עולה תמיד. מה שאמרו במגילה, מסכת מגילה says, כל האוחז ספר תורה ערום נקבר ערום. Somebody grabbed the sefer Torah, not the outside, the inner cloth, the parchment. If he grabs it without the cloth, he's going to bury it without this mitzvah. That's what the Chazal says in מסכת מגילה. ואוחז בספר תורה ערום כתבו כלשונו, בלי שום פירוש על רבתנו. Arizal says somebody is grabbing the Sefer Torah without the cloth. What is the cloth? The Arizal says Pirush, which just means the oral Torah, explaining the Torah. If somebody is not understanding the oral Torah or cannot have a Pirush, explanation in an oral Torah, what it says, Arizal says he will bury it naked. What does it mean? Man defaresh kedvarahem kemot tzedokim baitusim. He says there's people, the sectarians, that would understand the Torah in their own way and they interpret in their own way. And we saw this many times, Beta Knesiyot, sometimes Beta Midrashot, not in a Beta Midrashot. People would explain the verses in their own way, the way they understand it. And they're living with these verses. We asking what the Rashi says. No, I don't know Rashi, but I'm better than Rashi. I don't know, this is my Pirush. I don't know what's Rashi. It doesn't make a difference what Rashi. For example, says a person is like a sectarian, don't understand. He says he will bury it naked. What does it mean? What does this mean? Respecting the Torah. What does it mean that you need to have an enclosing in the Torah, which is means pirushim yafim, a good explanation, a beautiful explanation. Remezim v'sodot, you have a hints, secrets in the Torah. Az gufo michubat al habriyot, and the people will respect you. Aval michalel Torah gufo michalel habriyot. Somebody is disrespecting the Torah, does not understand. Same thing goes, the people will do towards the person. Amru Chazal במגילה תענית, שביום שתרגמו חכמים את תורה ליוונית, לתלמי המלך. תלמי המלך says, that he took all the Talmidei Chachamim and he says, interpret all the Torah to the language of the Greece, Greek language. היה בעולם חושך אפלה 3 ימים. Chazal says, in that moment when the Chazal translated the Talmai HaMelech, the Torah, for 3 days the world was darkness. לכאורה קשה, he says, it's very hard to understand. הרי עד עתה הייתה תורה מונחת בקרן זווית. He says, until this time, anybody would able to come and take the Torah, he would take it. אף אחד מהומות לא חפצה בה. הקדוש ברוך הוא came to the Ishmaelim, came to the Esav. Nobody wanted to take the Torah. First they say we're going to learn, then we're going to know if what's right, what's wrong, then we're able to accept it, like it says in Masechet Shabbat. But the Am Israel says, Na'aseh v'nishma. If that's the case, nobody wanted to have a Torah. So why is the Talmai HaMelech all of a sudden wanted to translate the whole Torah in a Greek language? V'lo natna kavod yakar. Nobody gave respect to the Torah except the Jewish nation. Asher bo Talmai HaMelech v'targima. Talmai HaMelech came in and translated to the Greek language. Inkem adra elayu l'smoach al zeh. That we're supposed to be happy that other nations would know what it says in the Torah by you translating that. For the Torah was the darkness, or place for the darkness. Khatam Sofer has beautiful interpretation. Whatever the world was for 3 days was darkness. It says parallel when a king, he conquered a lot of cities, countries. The king come from the lineage of the kings to the kings and the kings. The king had a beautiful inherit the clothing. Whatever the stones that you need to have, they had this clothing that specially, the jacket the king had, he had with the beautiful stones. Nobody had. He left from his generation and the generation of the rulership and the kings. There's no double, there's no copy the way he had the stones and this cloth that he wears from his forefathers. Says each stone represented whatever the respect, whatever the country they conquer, each stone represented on that coat. So it's each time they will conquer another country, another stone. The whole jacket is full of stone, there's no more place for that jacket, for the stones to be in that jacket. Anybody saw the king with his beautiful jacket, with the beautiful stones, they knew how much kavod this jacket has. Not only that, it's the lineage of the father, grandfather, great-grandfather, until the king of that wearing this clothes. בגד זה רק ביום שנה לכתרתו, בימי חג, בגד עצמו היה קם מחומר זקי ונקי. So he says, לא ליבש מלך בגד רק ביום. He does not wear only once a year, or when he got appointed as a king, or in the time of the holidays. הבגד בעצמו היה גם מחומר זך ונקי. The clothes was very clean. יקר מציוד, very expensive. אך לא יאפשר להבחין בו, כי היה מכוסה באבני חפץ. He says the whole jacket was full of stones. ויהי באחד הימים חגים לבש מלאכת הלבוש המלכות. One day there was a holiday, the king wear this clothes. ויפעל אף אחד מן השרים, one of the members of his government says following, ויאמר אדוני המלך, my master king, העם משתוקק לראות את הבגד בעצמו. You know what he said? In the whole country, people want to see the clothes itself, they don't want to see the stones. שמע הוא יקר בערך, על כן דעתי יסרו ממנו אפני חפץ. So I understand the stones are expensive, but they say the cloth that they use for this jacket was very expensive. So one of the king close ones, he said to him, take out the stones. That's what the people want to see. אשר בלי אבנים, without stones. כדי יוכל להתבונן על מעשה חשוב של בגד עצמו. So they could see and they realize how important this clothes is. שמע המלך לעצתו, a king heard his advice. וכן עשה, that's what he did. היה זקן אחד מאוהבי המלך, one of the older people, the love king. He loved the king. ועוד מימי אבותיו, from his fathers and fathers. רואה את המעשה מלך, שלקט אבני חפץ בבגדו. You saw the king took out the stones out of the jacket. הלך וגלגל עצמו באפר. He went and he put his whole jacket through the dust, make it dirty. בכה מאת פוגות ואמר, אוי למלך שנתן לליבי לדברי פיתויים הללו. Says, oi to the king that able to listen to these people that are saying nonsense. לבזות כבוד וכבוד אבותיו מדור ודור. He says he's disrespecting his fathers, his forefathers, generation to generation. He disrespecting by taking their stones out. שאלו את מה הוא בוכה כל כך. He says, why are you crying so much? אסביר האמת, הבגד עצמו הוא גם יקר בערך. He says, the clothes is very expensive also. אבל כמו יכול עשיר לכבוש. He says, yes, like this type of cloth, any rich guy able to buy. אבל אבנים אין להם תמורה. But the stones that they put in this cloth, there's no money they could buy. כי כל אחד מהם מראה את גדולתו גדולות אבותיו. Each stone represents how great is the fathers and the forefathers is. שהיה רושם בה, אבן זה נקבע בגד בעד, וכבש מדינה זה, והאבן אחרת הייתה מראה את שהמלך זקן וזקנו. He says, each stone represented each country that they conquer. כל דרך זה, and like this, ואתה נמצא הבגד חלק מאבנים, and you took out all the stones from this clothes, מי יגיד לעולם את גדלו ויקר תפירתו? Who is able to say how big is your rulership and your kingship is? הנמשל is, כי כבוד התורה אינו סיפיר עצמו. He says, הנמשל is, הסיפור בעצמו אשר סיפור בו רק טמונים בקרבי פרדס הגדול. He says, Torah is covered, but inside the Torah is a pardes. פשט רמז דרוש סוד. It's covered with so many pirushim, so many commentaries. So dover azin tkul b'chol kotz v'kotz. There's so many secrets, even the crowns in the Torah, Rabbi Akiva used to give drasha, 1,000 halachot learning from that. Torata הקדושה כמו מסכת סוטה. מסכת סוטה, משמד רבי עקיבא נטל כבוד התורה. He says when Rabbi Akiva passed away, the kavod, the respect of the Torah was gone. What does it mean? Respect? I respect Torah. I go and kiss it, that's respect. That's lip service. Respecting Torah, which just means giving commentary and proper commentary and learning commentaries from your Rebbeim. When we say, I respect the Torah, not what the Chazal says. When we talk about respect, or we talk about any words of the Chazal, that mean very different what people really think. If they're saying respect, we don't need to hear from you, because they already know what means respect. Respect means giving commentaries and proper commentaries. שהיה דורש על קוץ קוץ. What do it mean? נוטל כבוד התורה. It says מסכת סוטה in page 49. When Rabbi Akiva used to דורש כל הקוץ וקוץ וכדלה, which each crown in it, it's called tagin. Each crown that he used to דורש, give a halacha on it, learn 1,000 halachot. Rabbi Akiva passed away, nobody able to do it no more. That's it, it's gone. It's gone with Rabbi Akiva. וזה מכובד התורה. This is called respect of Torah. Now, until now, we understand what it means. Until now, we didn't understand what it means respect. This is called respect of Torah. L'rot shem bo davar batel. We have to know there's nothing in the Torah is for safe for vain. Like it says, Esav went with he went and he got married, and Eliphaz got. Why do we need to know? He got concubine, that which means another extra so-called shivcha. Why? Why? There's every single thing Rambam says that he has so many secrets. What do we have to do? We have to search. Through searching, we understand what the secrets is. Tamun, hiding inside the Torah. Okay? If the Torah is written in the language is in Hebrew, which is not in nowadays Hebrew. What if you write the Torah in any other translated words? He says you cannot give an understanding what does it mean really behind the means of what the Torah wanted to say. Okay, it's like another story. Rabbi, please tell me the story. We say the story of Azach Baruch. Okay? He says it's not what the Torah really is. That's why he says when a Talmai HaMelech translated the whole Torah in the Greek language, that was a 3-day darkness. Why? Because it's not the same thing when a person learns on Lashon HaKodesh. The Torah, the kavod of the Torah went down. That's why in the 3 days when the Talmai HaMelech translated the Torah in the Greek language, that's why 3 days was darkness in the world. Gemara says Masechet Nedarim in page 62. Ita amar Rava, shalele tzurba derabanan da'atre delo yadele. Person Talmid Chacham, 8 hours to learn, 8 hours is a day he's learning. Talmid Chacham, we said it before and we said it this many times. Somebody puts his most of the time by learning, not going to mandate stuff, whatever people would do, go to work, family, whatever it is, okay? So Masechet Nedarim says, if somebody Talmid Chacham, if somebody does not know about him that he's a Talmid Chacham, he's allowed to say, I'm a Talmid Chacham. Okay? For what? We're going to explain. So he goes to Beddin, and there's a judgment, and he's allowed to say, I'm a Talmid Chacham. And he's able to become first, to be asked, the question needs to be asked, besides others that's around there. Itinami Chatan Rami Ketiv. V'avdecha yirayit Hashem menorav. Malachim says 1:18. He says, V'avdecha, your slave, is free of Hashem from the little age. Dichtiv Mishle. Mishle says in page 20, in Pasuk, chapter 27, Pasuk 2, Ye'alelu zar v'lo picha. He says to praise you, a praising for a person, somebody else has to praise, but not himself. Rav Nisim here? Yalelucha zar velo picha, which means somebody needs to praiseworthy you, which is not yourself. That's what King Solomon tells us. So how can a Talmid Chacham comes out and it says, I'm a Talmid Chacham? Okay? Lo kashya batre de yadeh velo batre de lo yadeh. Chazal says, there's no problem with the Mishle. Mishle says, somebody else needs to praiseworthy, not yourself. Mishle says, in where people know you, you don't need to say. But when people don't know you, you could say it. What do we learn from here? התשובה רשב"א כתב ואני תמה שלא אמרו צורבא דרבנן חייב להודיע נפשה שאם לא יכבדו כדינו נמצא מקילים כבוד תורה שלא מידת ועוברים כשגוגים. Rashba says in a Siman Pad 84. Rashba was the Rishon. He says, Tzurba de Rabbanan, Talmid Chacham, he must tell the people that he's a Talmid Chacham. If he's not going to say, they're going to disrespect the Torah and a kavod for the Torah. Okay? I know the Amar li Rav Papa, Ma Shemcha, Amar Rav Papa. Like they ask Rav Papa, what's your name? He used to say Rav Papa. Okay? Psachim Peivav. Shalu he ketivi alu chazar velo picha. But the Chazal says somebody else has to praiseworthy you, not you. Okay? אמר אין זר פיך. כתב, שמחתי ואמרו רבותינו, שקבעו תלמוד צורבא דרבנן צריך צורבא דרבנן אנא. Chachamim says he needs to say, I'm the rabbi. Talmid Chacham. Okay? אסמכתא דקרא דכתיב, יהללוך ולא זר, יהללוך זר ולא פיך. Praiseworthy is somebody is praising you, not your mouth. ואין זר אלא פיך. Chazal says, not somebody else, but your mouth. What does it mean? כתב מגיד מדובנה. מגיד מדובנה says following, יהללוך זר ולא הוא בקומץ אז פיך. אבל בזוהר הקדוש פרשה בלק says in page 193. איתא דהי דכתיב, יהללוך זר ולא פיך. Zohar now explaining what does it mean in the Mishle 27:2, that praise, somebody praiseworthy you, somebody else but not you. What does it mean? לא הכי, אלא לא הווה מה דשתמדה לברנש יפתח פומה אורייתא וידון מאן דהוא. He says, you don't need to even say, by the fact that you're opening your mouth, they already know if you're a Talmid Chacham or you're a Cham. By opening your mouth, you would know who is the Talmid Chacham and who is not Talmid Chacham. But for us, because we're not putting so much effort in learning, for us anybody could speak, or a good speaker, or say any words that above this, so that's it becomes for us is a Talmid Chacham. כל המכבד תורה גופו מכבד על הבריות. Maran Chida says, somebody respecting the Torah, okay, his body will also be respected. Maran Chida, בחסדי אבות כתוב, Maran Chida says, מסכת סנהדרין, in page 44, עמוד ב'. מעשה במוחס אחד שישראל רשע שמת. There was a guy in the time of Gemara, he used to work for IRS. He used to go collect IRS. Huh? Taxes, yeah. He used to collect, but he was a Jewish, Yid, a Rasha. What's wrong, Rabbi? For IRS, people cannot work and they right away become wicked people? No. He used to collect from this more, from this less. Okay? He used to go run after the people, right? They used to call him Rasha. So he died. Bayom med gam ken Adam gadol ba'ir hahi. There's another person in that city, was a big Talmid Chacham, passed away in the city. Who passed away in the same day? The guy that collects the taxes. And the Talmid Chacham Gadol Ador passed away. Ubal bnei Ariv Yisrael b'mitato. They're doing lavaya for the Gadol Ador, and they're doing for this guy, the Rasha that passed away. וקרוב אותו מוחץ הוציאה מיטת מכוסה אחריו לקבורו, באמצע ההילולה קפצו עליהם אויבים. So they go into the grave side, they're carrying the two aronot, and all of a sudden the enemies came in, and they left the dead, and they ran away. Okay? באמצע ההילולה קפצו עליהם אויבים, פתח סכנה הינוך מיטה וברחו להם. אך תלמיד אחד נשאר שם עם מיטת רבו וחכם. But one student, he did not care about these enemies that coming, start beating them up. He stayed with his Rebbe. לאחר זמן חזרו אנשי העיר להתעסק בגבורתת חכם. After the left, the enemies left, they came in, and they continue with the lavaya. נתחלב ואמר מיטה למתים, מטה חכם, מטה מכוסה. So, whoever's supposed to be carry Talmid Chacham, these people carry who? All the Talmidei Chachamim carry this Rasha guy. And his family and friends that carry Talmid Chacham. So far so good? Okay? מתי חכם תלמיד צווח על זה לא נענה. He's screaming, he says, excuse me. Whatever you're doing, this is not what the rabbi is. Nobody listens. Nobody listens. קרוב המוחץ קברו את חכם. The family members of this Rasha, tax guy, right, who works for the IRS, they buried the Chacham. וגדולי העיר קברו את המלכה. But everybody, גדולי העולם came in and they buried this Rasha. Okay? בכבוד גדול, give him such a big eulogy, above this understanding. ואותו תלמיד נצטער מאוד. Whatever the Talmud left by the Rebbe, he was very in pain. כי מה חטא חכם לקבור בביזיון? He says, what a sin he did that he got disrespected by carrying by his family members of somebody else. מה זכה אותו רשע מוחז לקבור בכבוד גדול כזה? He says, what is the Rasha, this tax for the tax evasion guy works for IRS? What does he have as such a kavod that he get buried like this in a big kavod? נילרו רבו בחלום ואמר לו ביני. The rabbi came to his student in a chalom, in a dream, and he says, my dear son, אל תצטער, don't be pain. בוא אראך כבוד בגן עדן אצל צדיקים ברוב כבוד. He says, come, look at it, how I'm sitting with the tzaddikim and learning Torah. לעומד הנה אותו מוחס, אפילו לגיהנום. He says, that Rasha that passed away, he went to Gehinom. צירר לפתח גיהנום סביב באוזניו. Says he's all the way to in the Gehinom. אלא פעם אחת שמעתי, בגנות תלמיד חכם לא מחיתי. Says, why I got disrespected the way I disrespected? Somebody spoke about תלמיד חכם, and I did not rebuke, לכן נענשתי ולא אבסני כהלכה. That's why I got punished, was not eulogized according to the halacha. המוחס הזה פעם אחת הכין סעודה גדולה לשר העיר. But he says, why this moches, this tax guy, Rasha, he says one of the from the government needs to come to his house, a minister. He made a big suda for him, a big table, which is with the food. He did not come. The minister does not come. המוחס חילק את סעודה לעניי תלמידי חכמים. What he did with the suda, he gave the food to the תלמידי חכמים. The תלמידי עניי תלמידי חכמים. וזה היה שכרו. And this is what is his reward. על פי מערי מכהן, בעל הבית כהונה, אמרו כאן, כל המכבד את התורה. Somebody, everybody, whoever respects Torah. כל לרבות את המוחס. כל, what is the פרקי אבות? It says כל. כל המכבד, everybody. Even that Rasha, he respected. אף על שו ברצונו. But what if that guy minister came in and ate? He would not give to the תלמידי חכמים. הכין סעודה לעניים תלמידי חכמים, אלא ויביא אסר בה, מכל מקום שכרו גופו. That's why he got respect, could get buried in a kavod. Why? היה מכובד את הבריות. Because he respected תלמידי חכמים at that moment, same thing happened to him. His body got respected. But his soul got disrespected. שנקבר גופו בכבוד גדול. His body was so big kavod, got buried. וכל המחלל את התורה, everybody who ever desecrates Torah, לרבות אותו חכם וחסיד, even is a חכם וחסיד, okay? שלא נתקלה מעולם לחלל את כבוד, but he did not have in mind intention to desecrate the Torah. אלא רק שמע זלזול תלמיד חכם. He just heard somebody disrespecting תלמיד חכם, ולא מיכה, and he stood quiet. אף על פי כן, גופו היה מחולל הבריות. That's why he was not buried properly. נקבר בביזיון. He got buried with the disrespect. מכל המקום בעצם הדין שלהם, מוחס עניש כל אשר ישוד עליו. But the punishment for this guy that works for IRS, he got punished. וחסיד בו למנוחה לנחלה. And Hasid, whatever he's working, he came whatever they inherit that had upon him. Inami, יש לומר בגמרא סנהדרין 102, עמוד ב'. מסכת סנהדרין says, אמר רבי יוחנן. Rabbi Yochanan says, מבני בזכה אחיו למלכות כ"ב שנה. Says, why the Achav able to merit to be ruled and king and reign for 22 years? Why? מפני מכבד תורה שנתנה בכ"ב אותיות. He respected the Torah. Even he got married to the Izebel, Goya, which is no marriage. Even though the Torah was given for 22 letters. He respected. What does it mean respected? By kissing the Torah? What does it mean respected? סנהדרין שאמרו עד אחאב מתוך שמענה תלמידי חכמים מנכסיו כיפרו לו מחצה. He was, in America we say, liberal. He gave so much money to the Talmidei Chachamim. Because of that, half his sin got erased. Even he's considered, look what he says. Even though he's an idol worshiper, all the king before him would not do avodah zarah the way he did. Because he respected Talmidei Chachamim. What does it mean, respected? We think in respecting, hey, Rabbi, how are you? Smile, and that's it. Giving them money, supporting them, this is called respect. לכן אמרה כל המכבד תורה, לרבות מי שאינו שומר תורה ומצוות, כגון אחאב. He says, somebody respect the Torah, like Achav HaRasha. What happens? He did avodah zarah, even though 22 years, or 22 letters was given, half of his sin, whatever he did, was forgiven. What we learn from here? How much a person has to be respect the Torah. מעשה יין גאון רבי צמח צרפתי יזכיר לשבח חידה. Rav Tzemach Tzarfati, his nickname was Rav Tzemach Tzarfati, French. Rav Tzemach French. הזכירו לשבח החידה. חידה, מרן חרים יוסף דוד אזולאי, praiseworthy. Praises him. When we praise somebody, right, either we have conflict of interest, or sometimes we're afraid. Maran Chida, whatever he says, look what he says about him. בשם הגדולים, אשר הפילה עצה גדולה תושייה בחוכמת הגדולה, שהיושב ולומד בביתו אשר בתוניס. רבי צמח צרפתי, he sit Tunis. He was sitting in his house learning Torah in Tunisia. הנה קרוב לשעות חצות קבע נרו. He had a candle. And he had the light like this. Already become midnight. The light is getting extinguished. The candle light is getting extinguished. Layla sagir, ruach zalafot, raining, wind, okay, outside. Nashav oze batunis, barakim buraviziku, thunderstorms. רמים הרימו, וגשמי עוז נכתבו במשך שעות ארוכות. Raining, hard rain, all night. חיפש רבא בית חפש מדליק את הנר. Rabbi goes around looking for more candles to learn Torah. ולא מצא במה להדליקו. He found the candles, but did not find the matches to light the candle. בסמוך לביתו הרב הייתה מאפייה בחדר אשר בה. He says, not too far from the rabbi's house, there was a bakery, okay? Lanofe Aravi. Baker was a Arab. חשב הרב ללכת שכל מאפייה להדליק לו את הנר. Says, should I go? Should I not go? To light the candle. Outside raining, windy, thunderstorm. ניגש הרב על פתח המאפייה. Rabbi decided to go to the bakery. That Arab works there. ביקש מאפייה, אני אדוני, אנא אדוני. He says, please. עשה נא עמדי טובה והדליקי את הנר. Says, please, light the candle for me. Sir, please, light the candle for me. Rabbi says. כי צריך אני לשבת ללמוד. He says, I want to sit and learn. ואינו באור בביתי. He says, I don't have a light in my house. הדליקה האופה את הנר והרב הודו לה על כך. This Arab guy, what he does, he takes and lights the candle. What is outside, Rav Nisim? ניסה עליו להגן על הנר בשלו גלימתו. A rabbi trying to cover the candle, that he will not be extinguished. Okay. אולם רוח חזקה נשב וכבתה את הנר. The wind came in, blew out the candle that he lit. חזר רב שול מאפייה. Rabbi came again to the bakery. ביקש סליחה על הטרדה. He says, I'm sorry what I'm doing to you. Okay? ביקש להדליק את הנר בשנית. He says, light the candle second time. גם פעם שנית קבע הנר. What do you think? The second time that he light the candle became extinguished again. Third time he came in. Says, can you please lit the candle for me? האופה כעס על פרעה, לא לרף את הקורא כבוד, שעליו להרים מדי פעם כדי להשין את הדלת. The Arab guy got angry at the rabbi. Okay? He says, whatever we're opening and closing the door is very heavy. עליי לקום בשעת הבוקר קודם לפני עלות השחר. He says, I need to wake up around 4 o'clock in the morning. כעת נדרתי שינה מעיניו. He says, you woke me up 3 times, now I cannot go back to sleep. The Arab guy tells to the Rebbe. איך אוכל לעבוד מחר? He says, how am I able to work tomorrow? The Arab guy says. ביקש רבי צמד סליחה מאוד. He says, I'm so sorry. Right? Like my dear friend says that, he says that appreciation. Look what he says. The rabbi says, I'm so sorry. Right? No. He says, I'm so sorry. ואמר לו, אני מברך שהשם נתן לך כסף וזכב כמשקל אותו קורה שאתה מרים כל פעם. He says, I will give you, and I would ask, I will make you a blessing from Hashem that will give you money and gold, that each time you picked up the door, it's supposed to be open and closed, the same weight that Hashem should bless you. With the what? With the money and gold. Okay? בשמע הופיע את הברכה גדולה, שמח מאוד. The baker, a worker, you heard the rabbi blessed him? The Arab guy, he was very happy. כי ידע את ערכו של הרב. He knew what the rabbi is. מה שמציב מפיו לא יפול ארצה. He says, whatever he says, that's what's going to be. ואמר לרב, אני אקח את הנר לביתי כדי שלא יכבה. He says, no. In this situation, you're not going with the candle by yourself. I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to lit you the candle. The Arab guy says, the baker to the rabbi. Okay? Yeah. For this baracha. What you say, Rav Nisim? For this baracha. ואני אקח את הנר כדי לא יכבו. וכך היה. The Arab took the candle, he lit, and Rabbi was learning. הישב רב למד עד עלות השחר. Rabbi learning until the dawn. ושמחה שמחה רב ששינתה מרגלתו. He was so happy that he would not change his minhag, that would even one night he would not go without it. That was his, all the time was learning at nighttime. All night. יום אחד בהיותו רופא ערבי עובר ברחובות העיר. This Arab guy now going in a city walking. פגש אדם זר לא תושבי המקום. All of a sudden he meets somebody that he does not even know him in the city. ושאל אותו היכן עובר וכמה משתכר. He says, who are you? What are you? It's my phone. Who are you? What are you? He says, I'm this. I work in this place. Okay? How much you making? What are you doing? שהוא עובד מאפייה משתכר שני פרקים. He says, I'm making a couple cents here, there, and that's it. I don't make a lot of money. The baker says. אמר לו, אם אתה מעוניין לעבור אצלי במשך חודשים, he says, you're able to work for me a couple months. Another guy asking this Arab guy. ואני אשלים לך, whatever you do in $1-2 a day, I will pay you 10. השיב הרופא שהוא מוכן, he says, I'm ready. אמר לו, בוא עמי ואראה לך את מקום העבודה. He says, come with me, I will show you where the place is to work. הולך אותו האיש כמה רחובות. They went from one street to another. אז הוציא מטפחת מכוסה. He says, now the time I need to close I will take the cloth and I will close your eyes. Okay? ואמר לו שעליו לקשור את המטפחת כמקום עבודה סודי. He says, where I'm going to take you to work, it's secretive place. ואחרי שיגיע לבית שהיה גדול ורב מיידים, הסיר את מטפחות מעיניו, he comes to the house, he takes the cloth from his eyes, והביא לו אותו בתוך בית למרתף, היה שקיות מלאת אבנים טובות מרגליות. He takes him to the backyard. In the backyard, the bags are full of diamonds. אמר האיש לאופה, הלך לפתוח כל שקית למעיין את האבנים טובות מרגילות אשר בתוכו. He says, you're going to open each bag, and you're going to fill each bag to bag, bags and bags. You're going to make the bags full of stones, diamonds. Says you cannot tell to anybody where you're working and what are you doing. He started working for 2 months. After 2 months he finished the work, he gave him his salary, and he gave him a beautiful gift. כעבור מספר ימים עבר המאופה מתומת השוק. The same Arab guy, he goes through the market. שמע קול הכרוז. He says, the government is right now announcing that the house is for sale. The guy all of a sudden passed away. No. He goes on the market, like a short sale. He goes on the market. He all of a sudden here in the house, the person passed away inside the house, and he has nobody, the house to be lived, which is nobody. בית מצווה מכירה פומבית, הבית היה שייך לאדם זר שמת פתאום בביתו. He passed away, somebody passed away. הוא לא השאיר צבא אחריו, nothing. No, what do you call, prenup? Will. There's no will. No will, nothing. הרהור האופה בליבו, this guy that a baker, אולי זה הבית שהוא עובד במיון היהלומים. He says, maybe this is the house that I used to work for 2 months. That we used to take out diamonds from there. והציע מחיר גבוה יותר לקנות את בית וזכה במרכז. So they were selling the house, they're bidding in an auction, able to do bid and take the house. נטל אופה את הסכניות ועלה כסף. He says he borrowed from other people money. ושלם כסף נדרש קיבל המפתח עד הבית. Says, now give me the keys for the house. מה הגדולה הייתה שמחתה בעידה ובבורותו שזה בית שעבד פה. When he took the key, they showed him the house, he was so happy that was the house where he used to fill up the bags with the diamonds. וסקל מרגיות נמצא במרתף במקום. He goes where the diamonds is, that's where the diamonds is. Okay, בן רגע הפך לעשיר גדול. In 1 minute, he became very rich. מכניסים here to this. נטל מרגלית אחד והלך צרב קיבל עבורה כסף רב. He went to the pawn shop. We took one of the diamonds from the house. He sold the diamond, 1 diamond. סיל כל חובותיו. Whatever the money that he owned, that he loaned, he paid off. 1 shot. חשש האיש שהתפרנס בעיר שנהפך לעשיר. All of a sudden, became very rich. והחליט לנסוע לאיסטנבול. He wants to now go to Turkey. בבינת טורקיה ואך נהפך לעשיר גדול ביותר שם. He took the money and became even more richer. רבי צמח צרפתי הגיע לגיל 70 שנה. רב צמח צרפתי came to the age of 70. רוצה לעלות לארץ ישראל. He wants to go to ארץ ישראל. The rabbi that gave him the blessing. לכונן את ההפרעה לקבר בתוכה. He says he wants to be buried in ארץ ישראל. בדרך ארץ עבור דרך איסטנבול. From Tunis, going to Istanbul. באותם הימים שמע קהילה יהודית גדולה וחשובה. In Istanbul was a big congregation of Jewish people. ראש קהילה ערכו לקבל פנית ומפורות בניחוד לכדי קהילה. He says, רב צמח, they accepted him with a big kavod to the קהילה, but he's going to ארץ ישראל. בקבלת פנים הלכו הרב מלווה בחוצות העיר כבן הבית, והיה אומר לרב להתגורר בהמשך שעות בעיר. באמצע דרך פגש בכם חבורה של עשירים מוסלמים. Now he's going out of the city. All of a sudden he meets rich Arab guys. Dubai. ביניהם היה עשיר גדול לבוש בגדי שש ורקמה. One of them was wearing beautiful clothes. כראות עשיר הזה את הרב. When this rich guy saw Rabbi, ניגש אליו ונתן לו שלום. He says to the rabbi, this Arab guy, שלום. כופה את ראשו ונשק ידו. He, the Arab rich guy, he's kissed the rabbi's hand. Give him kavod, chom. Mein batem v'atem atem olchim. He says, Rabbi, where are you coming from? Where are you going? Shal Ashir, the rich guy. Analo, Amishalet shel Rav, Gabbai of the rabbi says, Banu mitunis, we're coming from Tunis. V'olchim le'eretz Israel, we're going to the Holy Land. Hazmin Ashir et Rav et misharto le'tarech bebito. Says, you're not going nowhere, you're first coming to my house. Kavod gadol barov pe'er. He gave him such a big kavod. La'achar shlosha yamim, after 3 days, bikesh Ashir me'alav le'rot et rechush harav. Says, let me show you the richness. It's not mine, it's yours. V'shal oto, lachem kavod harav yodei mechan. Says, you know how is it? Everything that I have. Bo elai kol osher hazeh, all the richness that I have. Mishane bashlila. Says, remember that night when you came into me 3 times? Amar lo Ashir im kavod harav makir et ha'ofeh she'avad lifnei shanim rabot. Says, remember me many years in that bakery? She'ani mekir atev ana Rav. He says, of course I remember you. Ha'ish hatov v'yashar, ba'oto rega neshak el ha'bayit aliyah Rav. He kissed again Rabbi's hand. V'amar Adoni Rav, Mr. Rabbi, Ani hu avdecha. Says, I'm your servant. Who would say such a thing? I'm your servant. Shipatach li ba'oznoi et hadelet ma'afiyad liklo ner. Says, I open for you the door of the bakery, right? So you could have learned Torah, and I lit the candle. V'ata birachti oti she'ashir gadol, but you blessed me so I could be a big rich guy. Birchatech et kaima, says your blessing was upon me. Lifnei piridom masara ish Rabbi Tzemach, Rabbi, this Muslim guy, he gave to Rabbi Tzemach a lot of money. Says, when you come to Eretz Israel, deposit it. All you're going to do, you only don't need to work no more. Don't do anything. All you're going to do is collect the percentage. And that's what Rav Tzemach did. All his life, he was already in 70. He did not need to work. Whatever the money he had extra, he used to give to the poor people, to the pauper people. So from here we learn, somebody is respecting the Torah, you're also going to get the respect. שיהיה רצון שהקדוש ברוך הוא תן לנו ברכה, הצלחה, בריאות, הרבה דסייעתא דשמיא בעזרת השם. וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. And תודה רבה להקשבה. Thank you for listening. Say it again? נכון.
כשהוא נפטר, אתה אומר שלא היה מישהו שהיה מפרש בתורה.
בטל כבוד